Gehéin tó Brody I bunk ceart ach tó planaige tá sin am the Shortland Street.
Your ad said that it pays well. Whoa, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Life drawing?
Real life naked people.
No way.
Jasmine, don't look. Cover your eyes. I said cover your eyes. Brody?
I'm sorry. Ow!
I didn't know Brody was the model.
I didn't know he was a model. Does indecent exposure to minors pay well these days?
Mum, I saw everything, so you can take your hand away now.
Not until he's decent. Hurry up. Look, if I knew that Jazz was in the class, I never would.
Forget it. Jazz, grab your pencils. You are leaving. Is your dad okay with you doing this?
I think so. It's just one of those things you draw and you do art.
Not when you are a 14-year-old girl, it's not.
I'm sorry, Jazz.
Her eyes will heal eventually. Your reputation, however.
We're just going to take your blood pressure, Mr. Johnson. What are we looking for here? What's a normal blood pressure?
120/80.
Yes?
We want to ascertain the patient is not suffering from hypertension. That means high blood pressure.
I know that.
Since the patient is lying still, we should expect a level lower than 120/80. But if we take a minimum of 3 separate readings and they all read over that, then we can confidently assume the patient is hypertensive.
Correct. And what's the most accurate form of taking blood pressure?
Taking it manually.
Can I?
Please.
I can do it.
Go ahead.
The fact that I can feel Mr. Johnson's brachial pulse means he's got a systolic of above 90.
Well done, you.
We're going to have to start charging you rent. You're here every night.
There's a lot to catch up on after South Korea.
I heard it all went well.
They're about to start their trials, and I've just gained permission from the Regional Ethics Committee to start mine. So far, I've got 4 hospitals on board and 3 patients. Only 22 to go.
When you find the time.
Well, I'm setting up my filing system this weekend, so after that I should be free.
You're working weekends as well.
I'm giving this study my full attention.
You're better giving your full attention to researching, not filing. I'm going to get you an assistant.
Oh, no, I've got my own little systems set up. I'm fine.
I'm trying to spare you some drudgery so you can get on with the real work, and you're protesting. I'm sure Callum will be able to free up the funds. Actually, I'm going to talk to him about it right now.
Hunter. That thing you did today, taking the patient's blood pressure without a stethoscope, did you learn that as an ambo?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't.
I was just curious. It was pretty cool. Can you teach me how to do it?
No.
If I promise to drop this stupid rivalry, think about it. Combine our strengths and we're nearly a fully fledged doctor anyway. We could both learn heaps from each other.
And what am I going to learn from you?
I could lend you the visual anatomy project I have from the University of Michigan. It's taught me lots.
Okay, done deal.
Tomorrow morning, before we meet Chris?
Yep.
Hi.
Hi. Wow. If that's what the next batch of doctors look like, I am definitely getting regular checkups.
Boys.
I might need a few drinks to erase the memory of seeing our daughter's fellow butt naked.
Not like it was that disgusting. He's actually not quite.
Enough, Jasmine, thank you.
Guess where Brody is?
Seriously?
Yeah, at his brand new job, working hard, proving to you that he's mature enough to handle his own debts.
He's proven enough to me today.
Hey?
Do you even know what Brody's job is?
What does that matter? A job's a job. Like, you're not seeing the full picture here.
Oh, we got the full picture.
What's going on?
You better sit down.
I'm sorry to muck you around, and I really do appreciate the offer, but I would like to remain in ED for now.
Even though, given the pace of ED, you'll have to take your maternity leave earlier?
At least as a GP, you'll be sitting for most of the day.
Even though?
Well, I have been hearing glowing reports about your work from Maxwell & Co., so sure.
Has Shane Tucker been in yet?
He has. Yeah, he even had a few candidates in mind.
I don't want a research assistant. Not that I'm not grateful, but I'm coping just fine on my own.
With photocopying and data entry? We both know that's not your strong point, Brooke.
Nevertheless, I can't justify taking money for a paper pusher when you're taking money off more deserving departments. ED, for example.
I admire your sentiment, Brooke, but it won't be that difficult to come up with the money.
No, and ED will be back to full service just as soon as possible, right, Callum?
That was always the plan, Sarah. Meanwhile, if you could bring relief to asthma sufferers sooner rather than later...
But I am sure that I can manage without an assistant. I know that you need to keep costs to a minimum, so all I'm saying is that this is one cost that you can forego completely.
Thank you.
And then Brody gets all spooked and starts trying to cover himself up. That was hilarious.
Did Wendy and Murray think so?
Murray sort of cracked up. Wendy wasn't too happy.
Yes, drawing nude models. I'm not sure what I think about that.
It won't all be life drawing. And it's really good going with Jasmine. She's not all serious and stuff.
Okay, I just need to get my briefcase, then we can go.
Spying on a certain someone?
No. As if.
Honey, what's wrong?
Nothing.
There is, I can tell.
Just leave it, okay?
How was your porn shoot?
Bella, I swear I did not know that your sister... Can we continue this in private?
Well, considering you flashed my family in public, I don't see why you'd be embarrassed to have this conversation in front of your flatmates.
Dude, seriously. I was a life model for an art class. It was supposed to be a room full of strangers.
Oh, so it's okay for a room full of strangers to see you naked?
They were paying a lot of money, and like you don't know, I really need the money right now.
Yeah, but flaunting yourself like that, showing everybody everything you've got when it should just be between you and me. And all those girls perving at you. Boys too, probably.
I was a body for them to draw, not some sex object.
Yeah, well, I think it's disgusting. I mean, you'd probably earn more as a prostitute. Or are you going to try that next?
Maybe you should take it somewhere else, hey, guys?
There's no need. If Brody can't see what he's done is bad, then there's nothing more I can say.
Bella!
I hear stripping pays really well these days.
Shut up.
Old school learning how to gauge BPs without instruments. I like it.
It's a really handy skill to have out in the field.
I bet.
I like you a lot better when you're not trying to be smarter than me.
Back at you.
Oh, and here they are. You're okay with this?
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Moore has postural hypotension. We need to check his blood pressure. Thoughts?
If it's postural hypotension, we need to take both lying and standing records manually.
Off you go then.
Actually, I think you should let Paige try this one first.
What are the possible complications with hypotension?
That there's not enough blood being pumped around the body for the organs to function properly. Mr. Moore?
Your technique has improved since yesterday.
I made it a top priority to master it. His blood pressure is 135/85.
Could someone help Mr. Moore up for a second reading?
I will.
And what should Paige be wary of as she does this?
That Mr. Moore may feel dizzy or lightheaded, so we'll just take it easy, eh? No handstands, if you please. Hey, what's going on?
Oh, we're just debating lead versus charcoal.
Hey? Pencils? You draw with them. I know that.
There's this place on the shore that sells really cheap art supplies. We should go sometime.
We could go now. I'm not busy.
Okay.
Cool. Can I come? You don't even like art.
Hey, I owe you an apology.
No worries. That was funny.
Well, I'm glad you think so.
Just Can we not make this an always thing? I don't want you doing a down trial every time I see you.
Don't worry, it was a once-only performance. Oh, if you see your sister, can you tell her the same?
She's still pretty mad.
I figure as much. She's not answering my calls.
She gets so moral and uptight about stuff. Like, nudity is such a big thing. She so needs to chill, but she won't.
Yeah, anyway, I'm sorry, and it won't happen again, and bye.
What was that all about? I probably shouldn't tell you. Brody seems upset enough about it as it is. Should we go? You'll just be bored listening to us talk about art stuff all day. Next time we go to the mall, though?
See ya.
Ta.
Oh, you know, I'd offer to help, but since you're Miss Independent these days.
Haha, hold this.
Seriously, think of all the free time you'll have if you had a research assistant, time to come to the cafe whenever you want instead of buying a whole day's worth of food in one go.
I'm no more special than any other doctor in this hospital. I'm sure ED would like an extra pair of hands.
Well, sure, but research assistants are cheap. They're just happy to get a foot in the door, and they're really onto it. My assistant in Boston was nearly as clued up as I was by the end of my tenure.
I don't want some swotty little teenager questioning my every move. Thank you for your concern, but it's unnecessary.
That's you told.
She's turned down Callum's offer of a research assistant, and I really don't understand why.
Well, she seems to be doing all right on her own so far.
Yeah, I guess.
And maybe she doesn't want to share the glory when it comes.
Yeah, but that's just silly. She's sabotaging her own study so she doesn't have to admit that someone else did her data entry.
Well, I'm not surprised she's feeling less than confident. There were quite a few of us who doubted her research skills in the first place.
And I was way up there. I feel really bad now.
Don't make this your problem. It's hers. Let her struggle if that's what she wants to do. But you're not going to do that, are you?
You just listen to me. I apologise to Jasmine.
Good for you.
And I told the agency no more, which means I don't have any way of making my next repayment. But it doesn't.
If you're trying to guilt trip me into saying what you did was okay, it's not. It's gross.
Can we please be grown-ups about this?
Absolutely.
Grown-ups don't walk away from conversations with their boyfriends.
Boyfriends don't take off their clothes for teenagers.
Go on, bro. Give it your best crack.
Yeah, well, you've already shown her family yours, so...
I've told her I'm not doing any more modelling. What else does she want from me?
I don't know.
And I did my shoulder again.
Collarbone karma, eh? Oh, she'll come around, bro.
I'm not so sure this time, man.
She's stuck by you all this time, knowing what missing the payments means for her family.
Yeah, well, maybe she's finally had enough. I know I have. Dude, no, seriously, I am sick of having to beg, borrow, and steal every week just to get by. It's exhausting. I can't do it anymore, man.
Do you expect me to write your name on a footnote every time I record a BP on a patient chart?
You're missing the point here.
No, I'm not. If you want to suck up to Chris, then you do it. Don't try and make me do it for you.
Well, you're sucking up just as hard. That girl there is doing my head in.
Well, and we like our head being done in? What? She's cute. I wouldn't blame you.
Jill would. You're single. You should ask her out.
Do you remember Sophia's sister? Yeah. So did I have some sort of stand-down period before you just throw me at the next available hottie?
Well, consider yourself thrown with my blessing, please.
Why? What's wrong with her?
Nothing. She's a med student, she's smart, she's focused, she just needs to chill out sometimes. So take her mind off the stress of it all, Daniel, as long as you take her off site.
Yeah, I repeat, why?
Oh, you can't tell me you weren't going to ask her out anyway. So ask her out now while we're on a break. Go.
Hey, remember me?
How could I not? Paige.
Oh, Daniel. So Hunter said you guys are on lunch break, and I want to buy you coffee.
Sure.
Great news. I was walking past the video shop and I saw someone dropping off a party at mine. I know you've wanted to see it for ages, so I grabbed it. Shall I put it in the DVD player?
Now? I'm actually on my way out to meet Jasmine.
I thought you guys already went to that art store.
We did, but we were going to this exhibition near the viaduct. They've got this guest artist who's visiting.
I only got this out one night.
We could watch it later.
I promised Mum I'd be home for dinner. If I'd known you didn't actually want to see it, I wouldn't have wasted my money renting it.
I guess Jasmine won't mind if I reschedule.
I'm sure she won't.
What's happening here, Hunter?
Well, the cytokines are triggering an inflammatory response in an attempt to fight off the infection.
Correct. We're going to have to take you back into theatre.
Yeah.
We need to open the wound up a little to help with drainage. I'll set a time with the theatre charge nurse.
Mr. McIntyre, with any luck, this will speed up your recovery time.
Thank you. Well done, mentioning the recovery time. I think you won him over.
Thank you. If it's okay with the patient, do you think I could be in theatre with you?
Don't see why not.
Hope I haven't missed anything.
Hunter spotted a problem with one of my patients. We're going to take him back into theatre this afternoon.
And I'll be assisting.
You're kissing butt instead of eating lunch. Nice.
Hey, if I was asked that by a guy as nice as my flatmate, I would have slacked off like you too.
You got Daniel to ask me out. You're such a sicko.
I'm not one to stand in the path of true love. And hey, it looks like you had a really good time, so I don't know why you're bothering to give me the credit.
I just hope next time it's my turn to assist on minor surgery.
If something suitable comes up while you're on my rotation, we'll see. Hunter was lucky to find a patient that fitted within the parameters.
Check you out and your cute little scrubs.
What can I say? It takes a real man to wear purple.
Was that your first operation?
Yeah, it was small, but awesome. I never thought watching a body being cut up could be so fun.
And there is the whole saving lives part as well.
Well, yeah. We finished?
He saw you were too busy chatting up the nurses, so he asked me to pass on your assignment for tonight.
Which is? Well, come on, tell me.
Chapter 12.
Chapter 12's like 100 pages. Surely he can't expect us to read the whole thing.
If you've got time to slack off, you've got time to read 100 pages.
I hate it when they jump at you like that.
Me too.
I didn't know it was going to be this scary. Do you mind?
No.
Good.
Poor Jasmine's probably traumatized for life. Not to mention now every time you look at Brody, all you're going to see is him pretending he's some centerfold pin-up or something.
Whoa, I do not want that picture back in my head, thanks.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Oh, sweetheart, look, once the shock wore off, the whole thing was kind of funny.
Are you calling my boyfriend's bits funny?
No, but I can laugh at it. Why can't you?
Oh, glad to see you managed to get dressed this time.
I'm ready.
Why, what? Are you going to put some stripper pole in the corner or something?
Murray can do what he likes with the place from now on. I'm ready to sign my share of the bar over to you.
What? You can't do that.
I have to. I can't work. I can't make my loan repayments. Just want to go back to being a boring bartender.
$30.
Hey?
Your hourly rate.
Well, that's really generous.
You'll only get half that less tax in the hand. The other half goes to paying me back for paying off this loan shark till you're back working.
Sure.
And one other thing. Are you going to stay mad with this rat pack?
I still hate what he did.
So it could be curtains for you two then?
I don't know. It was just such a radical thing to do. It makes me wonder what else you're capable of.
I was going to say I wouldn't be taking on another partner for the next 6 months, and if you could get your proverbial together, keep your nose clean and work yourself to the bone for this place, then Wendy and I might consider taking you on as a partner again.
That's brilliant of you to even consider.
Probably will never happen, but last night I saw a side of you that I've never seen before.
Yes, and it's a big joke.
You went the extra mile to finance a loan payment. And if you can manage to clean up your act, then you are just the type of person I'd like to be in business with.
You're serious about this?
Totally. But it won't be happening unless Bella thinks it's a good idea, and seeing as she's right off you at the moment...
I am right off him, but it doesn't mean I love him to bits.
So if he can keep his bits out of the public domain, then he might stand a chance.
Man, you Coopers, eh?
Hey, have you had the good news yet? About? Your research assistant? No? Then I am going to grab the chance to take the credit. I was so glad to be able to do something nice for you because I was
less than generous about your research at the start. After our earlier talk, I remembered there's a grant especially for research projects in New Zealand, so one call to an old colleague of mine and I found out that you were eligible.
During our earlier talk, I told you to drop it.
We're doctors, Brooke. We're busy people. There's no shame in asking for a little support. I did suggest that you were consulted about whether you would prefer a man or a woman, but things just moved on too quickly for that. There's no stopping Shane Tucker, is there?
Why? What's he done?
He's gone and found you an assistant.
Our shining star. Brooke, this is Winston Yoon, one of the top research assistants in New Zealand.
It is such a pleasure to meet you, Dr. Freeman.
Winston comes to us highly recommended, Brooke. He's already au fait with current asthma treatment trends. He's been working in a similar field to yours for over a year now.
But it pales in comparison. The dialysine compound is a fascinating find. It has been the most significant breakthrough in the last decade. I can't wait to hear every last detail of your journey of discovery.
Right, well, we'll leave you to it.
Hey, get ready to hear a new all-time low.
Lower than you telling Paige that the only reason I asked her out was because you made me.
Well, she hit you up pretty fast.
Yeah, and I steered her straight. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, well, I was only winding her up. Anyway, she did way worse. According to her, homework for tonight was to read a full 112 pages of medical text. So, I worked my guts out, wrote a heap of notes, and guess what?
Pass.
Chris Warner happened by, saw what I was reading, called me a big girly swat. I was a bit offended by that, told him so, and that's when I found out that I only had to read 20 pages, just one section. She tricked me into reading 5 times that amount for revenge, the petty cow.
Okay, mate, before you burst the blood vessel...
No, she's evil, she's vindictive, and I
prefer the term driven.
Yeah, well, I don't, not when I'm talking about you.
Okay, if you'd only let me speak, I could have warned you.
That you were sleeping with the enemy.
You don't have to like me at work, that's fine. But I like your flatmate. So at least here in your house, can't we try to get along?
Make the right call with The Consumer Show. Phone bills come onto the microscope Wednesday at 8:30. It's monkey business as usual after the break here on One as a male manga bee goes speed dating in the zoo.